Today we're going to talk about getting caught. Have you ever tried to rip an old towel into rags and after straining without success had to go look for scissors? Well, you've just witnessed a safe demonstration of the strength of some of today's fabrics. But there are thousands of workers who haven't been so lucky. Those who have gotten clothing caught in moving parts of the machine know that even if they have the strength to rip the material free, they never would have had time to prevent injury to themselves. So your hand can be pulled around a pulley in just a fraction of a second. It doesn't take very long at all. Loose clothing, ties, jewelry, and even human hair have become caught in machinery and caused horrific and often fatal injuries like these. There was a worker who was adjusting a backhoe's brakes. He got his jacket caught in a drive shaft and it pulled him in, broke his neck. In another instance, a worker's dangling jewelry became entangled in moving gear. He'd strung a piece of piano wire through his necklace so nobody could rip it off his neck. When the necklace became tangled, it decapitated the worker. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 189 workers in the United States died as far back as 1997 after being caught in running equipment. The greatest toll occurred in the manufacturing industry. Here are some tips for those who are working around equipment capable of entrapping parts of their body. Jewelry, especially dangling pieces such as neck chains or bracelets, should never be worn around moving equipment. There's not only a danger of being drawn into moving parts, but also of electrocution. Stuffing long hair under a collar or cap isn't good enough. It can work free and become entangled in equipment. Wear a hairnet or get your hair cut short. Report all moving parts that are exposed and pose a danger, and then focus on the job and always be aware of the possibility of becoming entangled in moving machinery. Follow lockout, tag out procedures before you perform any maintenance, adjustments, or attempt to free jam materials. The machine guards must always be replaced. Good housekeeping is also a must. You can imagine tripping over something you've left on the floor and it may push you headlong into disaster. Is there enough light where you're working so people can see danger? And then don't reach or step across moving equipment. Anyone who's working around machinery needs to be properly trained about the potential hazards and what to do if a safeguard's missing, damaged, or doesn't provide enough protection. They also need to wear personal protective equipment to prevent injuries from items such as flying wood and metal fragments or splash fluids. So these are all things that are worth bearing in mind. We work around machinery that turns at a very high rate of speed, grinders, demo saws, and things of that nature. So we do have this potential constantly in the various places where we do work. So let's be aware of these things and try not to get caught up in a bad situation.